Welcome to the lecture on precast concrete. So what is this precast concrete and what are the objectives and uses? We shall discuss in detail as a part of this precast concrete. So after watching this video or studying this topic precast concrete, the learners will able to understand what is precast concrete and will be in a position to learn about different precast elements and will able to understand the advantages and disadvantages of this precast concrete elements. So what is this precast concrete? Precast concrete means a concrete member that is cast and cured at a location other than its final designated location. So in case of this precast concrete elements, these are casted in the factory or in the shed, and then these are located at some other place are called as precast concrete members or precast concrete elements. So here you can see these are the various precast elements. These are casted or these are casted at the site, at the factory or in the shed, and then these are fixed or fabricated at the location or at the site. So these are called as precast concrete element. Precast concrete means a concrete member that is cast and cured at a location other than its final designated location. So directly by casting the elements at the site, these are casted in the factory. They are well cured. After getting the strength, they are transported to the site. Those are called as precast concrete or precast concrete elements. Now we'll compare what is the difference between these precast concrete elements and the conventional elements or conventional buildings and precast buildings. So here, in case of these conventional buildings, concrete cast at site where contractors do not take care of mixed design proportions. So at the site you might observe the work, always a lot of noise is there, a lot of hurriness is there, and due to maintaining the speed of the work, so it is highly difficult to maintain the mixed design proportions. So what is this? Suppose you take the example of casting of the slab on site, and the proportion is 1:2:4, means one part of cement, two parts of sand, and four parts of aggregate. So on site, these proportions, the ingredient proportion, this parameter, it should be maintained. So this mixed design proportion should be maintained, but during the progress of the work, it becomes little bit difficult to maintain the proportions. But in case of this precast buildings, these are designed, manufactured and tested under supervision of experienced management, as everything is under control in the factory while manufacturing a particular element under this precast building construction. So designing, manufacturing, testing, everything is well supervised under a experienced management. So quality maintenance is very important. So under this, quality is maintained. Curing is not done uniformly at site. In case of conventional building, curing is not done uniformly. Curing is done, but it is not done uniformly. So as and when required, when the concrete elements require curing, so it little bit there is absence of this curing. But in case of this precast building, entire concrete blocks are cured uniformly, because as it is casted in the factory or in the shed, so everything is under control. So entire concrete blocks are cured uniformly. In case of this conventional building, production is severely hampered. So it is a little bit difficult to maintain the production, to maintain the progress of the work, to maintain the speed of the work due to different reasons. But that is not the case in case of this precast building elements. Production is not hampered with weather delays. So now if you observe, this is the monsoon season. Monsoon season, rain is going on, there is a raining. So if the construction is going on, definitely it is hampered, it is stopped due to rain. It is stopped due to rain. But in case of precast elements, as these are cast in the factory, no question of precipitation. If precipitation is there, still there, work will be continued. So due to these weather delays, work will not get hampered. Spatial aesthetic design required. So in case of this conventional building, spatial aesthetic design is required. But in case of precast, aesthetically pleasing appearance, it gives aesthetically pleasing appearance. As good finishing you will find, aesthetical appearance can be given. Non-environment friendly. In case of this conventional building, these are non-environment friendly, but these precast buildings are environment friendly. Because how it is not environment friendly, because on site different parameters are there, those are disturbed, whatever natural things are there, those are disturbed, and then execution is going on. But here it is inbuilt in house, it is house, that's why it is environment friendly. This is conventional building construction, it is not flexible, but this precast building is greater flexibility in design and manufacturing at same location. Flexibility is there. You can have flexibility in the design, in the manufacturing, the changes and all those things. Construction is comparatively slower as far as conventional building construction is concerned. In case of conventional concreting, construction is comparatively slower, but in case of this precast building, construction is faster. Because you can have already well strengthened, well manufactured element, just you have to fabricate on the site, you have to fix on the site. So this is very fast with compared to conventional buildings. Now coming to precast elements. A precast building is constructed by assembling and connecting various prefabricated elements required in the building structure. In case of this precast elements, a precast building is constructed by assembling and connecting various prefabricated elements required in the building structure. So these elements are slabs are there, beams are there, columns are there, footings are there, foundations are there, even wall panels are there. So any type of element, it can be casted, it can be precasted. So these are the precast elements. So coming to slab. So these precast slabs. So precast slab may be solid concrete slab. Even you can construct hollow core slab also. So in case of this, here you can see this is the sketch of solid concrete slab. Right. So thickness of this slab, it varies from 4 inch to 8 inch. These are available in different thicknesses, 4 inch, 6 inch and 8 inch, spans up to 25 feet. The construction of the solid concrete slab is possible up to 25 feet in house, that is in the factory. Standard panel widths are 4 feet. These are the panels of having 4 feet width, right, and length is up to 25 feet. So 4 feet by 25 feet panel is possible, having a thickness maybe 4 inch, 6 inch or 8 inch. Now in case of this solid concrete, there are different designations are used in the factory. So if it is given FS4, meaning in that it is a flat slab. FS stands for flat slab, 4 stands for thickness of the slab in inches. So precast slab panel having thickness 4 inch, that is FS4. Now coming to hollow concrete slab. Thickness of this hollow concrete slab, it varies from 4 inch to 12 inch. So in case of this, in addition to 8 inch, 10 inch and 12 inch thickness is possible in case of hollow concrete slabs. As these are hollows, so weight will get reduced. In case of solid concrete slabs, these are solids, so thickness is limited to 8 inch maximum. And in case of this, spans are 40 feet. In case of solid, span is 25 feet. Here in case of this span, it can spans up to 40 feet. Standard panel width is 4 feet. Width is same in case of both precast as well as hollow core slab. Now designations used for this hollow concrete slab is, suppose it is given 4HC6, means 4 panel width in pit. HC stands for hollow core, 6 stands for slab thickness. Means 4HCS stands for panel width is 4 feet and it is a hollow core slab having thickness 6 inch. This is the, so here you can see this is the solid concrete panel and this is the hollow concrete panel, slab panel. So these are hollows. So inside you will find hollows in case of this, so it will be lightweight, and that's why thickness can be increased up to 12 inch, length can be increased up to 40 feet. Now coming to precast beams. So under this precast beam there may be L beam, T beam, C beam, and all types of beams are manufactured in case of this precast beam. So here you can see single T beam. Here you can see single T beam, combination beam and slab. So this is the beam and this is the slab, spans up to 120 feet. Beam span up to 120 feet. It can be constructed for, fabricated for a length of 120 feet. Typical width is 8 feet. Width will be always 8 feet. Typical depths 30 inch and 40 inch. So depth will be 30 inch and 48 inch, 36 inch and 48 inch. Designation for this can be used at 8ST36 plus 2. The meaning is that it stands for width in feet, ST means single T beam, 36 is the depth, plus 2. Plus 2 means this rib is provided, plus 2, that is a 2 inch topping is provided. So in case of this, the depth it varies from 36 inch to 40 and 48 inch. Here 8 inch is the width is limited, and here in case of this span is also limited up to 8 feet, but it can be casted for a length of 120 feet. So here in case of this, top is provided with 2 inch concrete topping. 2 inch concrete topping is given to these beams. So this is regarding precast beams. Precast beams. So in case of this, precast girders are also there, precast sleepers are also there. So any type of precast element is possible in case of this precast concrete. Now coming to precast columns. Precast concrete columns are modular in design in order to be made into different heights. So these precast concrete columns can be of different heights. Widths are 12 inch, 18 inch and 24 inch. Widths are 12 inch, 18 inch and this 24 inch. Columns can either be rectangular or circular. In case of this precast, either rectangular or circular columns can be casted. So here you can see this is a rectangular column. Rectangular column is provided. Here this is the column. These are the beams. This is also a beam. This is also a beam. Here this key is provided, and here you can see concrete panels are there, precast panels, walls are there. So in case of single story column, you will find this type of hunch is provided. It is bifurcated at the top to raise the beams and slabs. So this is the single story column. The design will be for like this for single story column, and in case of multi-story column, design will be like this. At first story you will find this type of hunch. At next story you will find this type of hunch or split portion is provided at the top. So this is regarding precast column. So precast column are available in 12 inch width, 18 inch and 24 inch widths or dimensions, square or circular. Columns can either be rectangular or circular, or you can say square also. So now precast walls. So under this precast element, precast walls are also constructed. So you might have heard regarding Indira Awas Yojana, right? In case of Panta Pradhan Awas Yojana, Prime Minister Awas. So under this, all the elements are precast elements. Door frames are precast, walls are precast, slabs, beams, columns. All these elements are precast elements. So commonly it is used there. So wall panels are available in standard 8 feet widths. In case of this, width of the wall panel is 8 feet, can be flat or have architectural feature such as window and doors opening, ribs, reveals, texture, sandwich insulation built in, sculpture, etc. This is possible in case of this precast wall. Sculpture means some design decorations. Architectural finishing is also possible in case of this precast wall. So here you can see this is the precast wall. Here windows are provided, door is also openings are also provided. So in case of this, maximum panel width is 8 feet and height will be height depending upon the height of the building or height of the structure it is required. So here in case of view, you can say this is a lifting plugs are provided, lungs are, or you can say this type of lifting arrangement is provided in case of this precast walls also. So this is regarding precast wall. So here you can see width is 8 feet and height will be the height of the structure, height of the building required. So these were different elements, precast elements. Now how these elements are fixed? So methods of attachments of precast elements. How these elements are fixed on site. These are fabricated in-house, in the factory or in the shed, and then these are fixed, attached at the site. So there are two methods. First method is weld plates method. So in case of this, the most common method of attachment of precast member is by use of steel weld plates. Typically, the precast members have embedded plates that can be used as a welding surface for loose connecting plates or angles. So here, this is the one element precast element. This is the second element. So here you can see this is the embedded plate. This plate is embedded into this element. Right, surface is finished, and here this is the embedded plate for another element. So these are welded with the help of this loose plate. So on site in the field, this can be welded and fixity is provided to this. So weld plates method is used for fixing or for attachment or fabrication of precast elements. Now next is a rebar and grout method. So mostly for slab this method is used. Typically with slabs, reinforcing bars are spliced into slabs and grouted in place. So here you can see this is the beam, and on this beam these two separate slab elements are there. So how to connect it? So here certain spacing is kept, and then from this top sides where connection will be there, there will be grooves will be there, and in between this rebar is kept, and then it is grouted. Grouting is done, and then these two panels will get connected. So rebar and grout method is used. So in case of this, in the slot, rebar or you can say reinforcing bars are placed, and then it is grouted with a good quality slurry, concrete slurry or even cement slurry depending upon the depth of this groove. So this is regarding attachment of different elements on site or in the field. Now coming to advantages. So in case of these precast concrete elements, very rapid speed of erection is possible, good quality control is there, entire building can be precast walls, floors, beams, etc. Rapid construction on site is possible, rapid speed of erection and rapid construction of site. These are different things. High quality because of the controlled conditions in the factory. So quality will be very good as per the requirement as specified, right, as it is carried out in the controlled conditions in the factory. Precasting is easily done, which can reduce the size and member of the structural member. So these are the advantages with precast elements. Coming to disadvantages, very heavy members, as these members are to be lifted, so members are heavy. Camber in beams and slabs is there. Connections may be difficult. Sometimes it is very difficult to connect the elements. Somewhat limited building design flexibility. So design is also limited, and limitation in the design because panel size is limited. Precast concrete cannot be used for two-way structural systems due to limitations of panel size. Economics of scale demand regularly shaped buildings. Need for repetition of forms will affect the building design. As here form work will be repeated, so definitely it will affect the building design. Joints between panels are often expensive and complicated. To join the elements, to join the panels, it is very complicated. It is expensive, at the same time it is complicated. Sometimes it becomes very difficult. Skilled workmanship is required in the application of panel on site. So in the factory, everything can be controlled and manufactured, but while placing on site, skilled workmanship is required. And in case of this, cranes are required to lift the panels. So it becomes cumbersome, it becomes very difficult to lift with the help of cranes. So this is all about advantages, disadvantages of precast elements, and in general about the precast concrete or precast elements. Thank you.